Morning students. In this semester, I will teach the subject data structures using C, subject code 15CS41T. Also, along with this, I will teach the practical subject data structures lab for this semester to your class. The syllabus of this subject contains 6 units. First one is Unit 1, Pointers and Dynamic Memory Allocation. Next one is Files. These two are the foundation of the subject data structures. So file accessing and allocating memory and manipulating the memory in the computer during the execution of the program, the foundation. And while using this, we will use some data structures, and we will use linked list, that is covered in unit 3, tags, queues and tree. So these are the very basic data structures usually covered in advanced programming of any language. In this subject, we will use the programming language C, and the prerequisite for this subject is basic programming knowledge of C language that you already have. We have studied the programming using C language in the previous semester, so all the basic requirement for the subject is already fulfilled. But still, if you are not yet confident with the C programming language till now, so my request is please go to the list of notes and practical experiments and repeat those experiments. Then this subject will be very easy for you. This is the course content and the marks distribution. The hour allotted for first unit is 8 hours and the marks is 22. Out of 145, it will ask 22 marks, so percentage is 15.39 percentage. So total marks of the question in the exam is 145, that is 5 marks questions and 10 marks questions, that is 10 marks 10 questions, 5 marks 9 questions will be there. There you have to write 6 5 marks question and 7 10 marks question, that is 30 plus 70 100. So distribution of marks is according to hour wise. The total hour for this subject here is 52, but there are some advanced topic, for example unit 3 and unit 4, it may require 2 or more additional classes. If it requires, then we need to take the special classes to cover this subject. So 52 plus 3 tests, it will be total 55 contact hours. Textbooks and references for this subject. If you are confident in the programming language, then you are free to refer any advanced programming books. But as per this syllabus, for unit 1 and 2, you can refer Programming with ANSYS-C written by Balaguru Swami, which is available in our college in sufficient number of copies. And rest of the syllabus is covered by the second book, that is Data Structures Using C, Balaguru Swami. This book is also available in our college library in sufficient quantity. But the scope of our subject is very limited. Data structures not only limited to linked lists or trees or stacks and queues, it is much more than that. So if you want to study more on data structures and if you want to practice more programming experiments, then go for additional reference books and resources provided in the online. So that is tutorials point, spoken tutorial, India Bix, etc. But one thing it is, if the program book is little bit old, then older version of C compiler may exist are given in those books. For example, if the program book covers Turbo C, then it is very old C compiler which have some functions very specific to MS-DOS operating system. So in such case, the given example program in such books may not work in the current C compiler what we are using in our computer lab. So we are using Linux as the major operating system in our computer lab, and also in Windows also that we are using code blocks C compiler, which is using GCC as the C compiler in the backend. So GCC compiler, that is GNU compiler collection, does not have any support for oldest C compiler features, that is some additional functions which are present in Turbo C. So take about this point referring the old books. So it's better to refer recent edition of the textbooks on the C programming and data structures. So unit 1. So there are two parts. One is pointers and dynamic memory allocation. So here is I will study about the pointers and dynamic memory allocation. First I will go for pointers. Pointer is a derived data type. It can store an address of another variable. So it's a simple definition, but our understanding is we should go for a thorough explanation for this. Let us assume qty is the simple variable that what we have declared in C language, just like int quantity or int float. So any type of the data type we can use here is qty, so short form quantity, and quantity usually it's a whole number. So we will use the data type integer for quantity, and in the memory location during the execution of program, let us say value 175 is stored in that variable, and there will be one concept, that is address. I think you have not yet used this terminology. Address is the index number of a memory location in the main storage of the computer, and it is always fixed, and we are using those memory location indirectly by providing a symbolic name for that memory location, that we are calling it as qty. So whenever I say qty, during the execution of the program, one memory location is allocated and name is applied to that memory location, and in the operating system uses the address of the memory location. So address is the index, and the address is very important feature of the C or any of the such system level programming language. So when I say qty stores 175, it's a normal variable, whereas if I declare p as a pointer, it need not be p, it can be any character, but here is example I given it as p. P is a pointer variable. So what is pointer here is it stores address of another variable. P itself has an address, but instead of storing the literal values, numerical, float or characters, it stores address of the memory location, that is memory location 5000. That means here is it is pointing, so it is pointing to another memory location is here, hence the name pointer. Let's go for next figure. Now this is another one taken from the internet. We usually declare a variable int x. X is a symbol name given to memory location. So according to this figure, here it is the width of the memory location here 2 bytes, that is 16 bit. 16 bit variable stored address here is x. Value stored at the variable is 1 2 3, it is in hexadecimal. 0x is prefixed, so it is hexadecimal, and it has a memory location address. Observe that stored here is the length of this memory location area is 2 bytes, because the width of the memory location area is 16 bit. We already know 1 byte is 8 bit. Address of the memory location of the area is 800, 800. I'll just consider last 3 numbers, and the next one is 802. It's like this because there are 2 bytes. Actual memory location is in terms of bytes. So each byte of memory storage has an address. Address is just similar to roll number of a student in a class. By using roll number, we can identify a particular student in a class. Likewise, postal department also will also identify a particular person or a location based on its address. If the address is correct, then the sent post will be delivered to correct address. If the address is wrong, then the postman cannot distribute it to a correct person. And in the computer, address means it is set of connecting wires or connecting lines between different parts of the computer motherboard or any other circuitry. So depending on the number of connecting lines used in the computer architecture, and the number of addresses is determined. For example, if the processor uses 32-bit address, then maximum amount of memory location is 2 raised to 32 bit, 32 bytes. Just 32, 2 raised to 32 bytes. It is approximately 4 gigabytes of memory locations. If the processor uses 64-bit addresses, then it's much more than that. It is approximately 128 GB, approximately. I'm not sure what the accurate value is. And to utilize such vast number of memory location, processor must be able to support it. Luckily, all the modern processors supporting 64-bit addresses, plus we need operating system which supports 64-bit. You might have heard the word Windows 10 64-bit, Linux 64-bit. So these terms you can be heard recently. Also, current days smartphones are also coming with the Android with the support for 64-bit addresses. So depending on the number of bits that are connecting lines available is, the range of address is also determined. We'll go for one more figure for better understanding. Let's go for the sample average sample lines of code written in C language. The declared integer variable sum, then each of 2 bytes, average of double type, then a pointer is declared of the type integer. Pointer is identified by asterisk. We will go for this later in the next coming slide. And floating point value is stored in average, and using ampersand operator, which is known as address of operator, that is sum, ampersand sum, then pointer sum. So address of the memory location, that is sum, is stored in the variable pointer sum. You are already familiar with this word, this operator ampersand, usually used in scanf statement. So it's not only scanf statement, it is also used in the pointer manipulation or address manipulation of any variable. So it need not be only in scanf, it can be used in anywhere wherever it is applicable. So this is the simple lines of code declared. Now how these values are organized and arranged in the computer memory. Let's say this is the allocation of computer memory. This is the memory locations, and for convenience all these numbers are stored in hexadecimal. In actual use, it is stored as binary values. And these are the address of those memory location. Here is width of the memory here is 1 byte. So our number series is that is in terms of 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. Sum is declared sum. It is of the type integer and the range of the memory location is 4 bytes. Series 4 bytes of memory location is allocated for the memory. These are the 4 byte location and the value stored in that memory location is 255 in decimal. So ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 0x ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So when the value 255 is written in binary, it is FF, that is in hexadecimal value. Since integer is 4 byte and we have used only the value that is sufficient to determine in 1 byte, so rest of the most significant bytes are filled with 0. Filled with 0. So here is the in the first byte it is most significant byte 00, next 00, 00, then FF, that is the value of 1, and the first memory location of the allocated memory location is highlighted here is, that is because it is the base address. Base address is very important. The first byte address of the first byte in any memory location or any object is the base address. Next one is age, that is short, only 2 bytes, and the age stored here with the value -1. And hexadecimal, hexadecimal means it is we can directly convert into binary also. It is all ones. Negative numbers are stored in different way. We already practiced with the ones complement and twos complement. So these are used while storing the information in negative notations. So -1 is FF, FF in by hexadecimal, so that is stored here. Likewise for double average, a value is used stored in that variable, and in binary or in hexadecimal it's like this, and that value is stored here. Now the last one, very important one, that is pointer sum, PTR sum. It does stores any numerical value or literal value. Inside it stores address of the memory location. Observe here is the last sentence here is in this code, ampersand sum is assigned to the pointer variable PTR sum. So in this case, we will store address of the sum in PTR sum. So address means here is actually there are 4 bytes for sum. In that the first byte memory location is taken as the base address and this value is stored here. Here is value stored. Value means here address. This points to this location. And one more thing you have to consider, the values stored in some age, average are numerical values, whereas the content stored in the PTR sum is address of another memory location. So that means there are some restriction using this value in expressions. I can use the value stored in sum in any of the way that I wish, but the content of the PTR sum is address of a memory location, so I can't use in all type of expression. There is a specific restrictions are there which are collectively called as pointer expressions or pointer arithmetics. We'll study about this later. in next coming slides. Here is one more simplest figure. Variable, it contains a value 52 and address of the memory location is like this. Pointer, it stores address of another variable. That means it is pointing another variable and it itself has a variable address. So that may be used by another pointer. So pointer holds the address of variable that pointed to the variable.